Hey y'all, I'm here with my friend Joe. Today we're going to chat a little bit about himself and the city of New Orleans. All right, Joe, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Joe. I'm 22. I wish I was born. I was kind of born and raised here, like half and half here. Also in Mississippi because of the move due to Hurricane Katrina. My parents are born and raised here for sure. I have one sister, younger than me. She wouldn't really know as much about the city as I would because of her age, and because she mostly grew up in Mississippi, not here. After high school and stuff, starting now, to be honest, I'm trying to do everything as much as I can to just enjoy the city, go out, and do all the things the tourists do, to be honest, do all the tourist stuff. Because I know people older than me, my parents and stuff, there's still a lot of stuff that they don't do or that they should have done. So I'm just trying to do it all now to try to, learn as much about New Orleans as I can, even though I'm from here.
Right. How long have you lived in Nola?
It's been on and off, but mostly my whole life.
Okay. What would you have to say is the best thing about living in a city like this?
Everything, the buzz, the culture, the food, the music, pretty much everything that attracts tourists to come.
Okay. What would you have to say is people's biggest misconception or stereotype about people from New Orleans, or things that they might not be so sure about?
I would probably say voodoo or the crime. Some people think people in the South, in general, unintelligent,
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably say those three, probably the top three.
Okay. Yeah. When I first came down to New Orleans, I felt like it was just a really big party was going on all the time, just because from what I see in the media and everything, New Orleans is known for, people coming down here and getting drunk. So that's how I really saw it when I first came down here. I'm like, oh, I'm about to, come down to school in Nola, have fun, kick it, be on Bourbon Street. I can drink and this and that. So I feel like for me, that's just how I perceived it at first coming down here. And obviously too about the crime rate and everything, seeing as how it's it's a big city. The big city is gonna have more crime just in general, but people felt always made it seem like it was just so unsafe and everything, but it can be like that anywhere. What was it like growing up in a city like this one?
I can't really compare it to anything else, but any other, how someone else grew up in a different city. But for me, it was normal to, like you said, when you came down, all you heard about was parties. And to me, it's just been normal as far as festivals go. Every week or every month is a different festival. People are coming down for conventions and stuff like that. Basically to me, but I'm guessing to anyone else, it would just be probably not a culture shock, but just overwhelming just to see so much stuff going on every other month or so.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a normal thing to me.
Right. How has the culture here in New Orleans different from other cities or places you've been?
The culture. The city was the city grew as a whole based on culture, since the colonizing days or something like that. Since
Right.
When the city was a staple, just being close to the Mississippi River. So the city was brought up because of the culture. That's why I think it's so important. A lot of cities, they just culture became important along the time the cities grew and stuff like that. But since it was probably 2 people here, the city probably always had culture,
Right. And also, I noticed that New Orleans is very French, inspired, because, like you said, in the colonization days, it was colonized by the French, so that culture and cuisine and everything is really heavy here from what it's seen, and it's really, it looks like Paris. Okay, so this is a big question for me to ask because I'm just curious to know. Obviously, back in the early 2000s, New Orleans got hit really hard by Katrina. And so I was wondering, how did Katrina affect your life? And how did the aftermath of that really, change things for you living here since it hit so hard?
The initial effect was, the move. We moved twice after Katrina. First to Houston, stayed there for a while, and then we moved back here. So I saw some of the rebuilding probably a year later, which wasn't really much. Then we moved to we moved to Mississippi for a while, probably 2 years, and ended up moving right back. So I guess even through the hurricane or whatever disaster it was, I guess we just couldn't, stay away for too long, so we just kept moving back. But it was pretty much just the move was the big change. And just seeing a lot of family leave and not come back, that was probably a big.
Okay, so also a really big question I have to ask is Mardi Gras. What is Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras, originally it's a reflection of the last day for people to fast and eat as much as they want and drink as much as they want before starting Lent. So you would think only a certain type of group of people would participate in Mardi Gras, but pretty much the whole city does. And I'm 100% sure people that don't even partake in Lent or anything like that, they still celebrate Mardi Gras or whatever. So it's just a big celebration, a good excuse for people to go out, have fun, attend parades, and just drink, kick it, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. So that's gonna be my first Mardi Gras down here, so I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. Definitely gonna be in the French Quarter.
Should be fun.
Real touristy with it. So
you blend in, you wouldn't even look like a tourist at all.
Word. Okay. All right, Joe. It's been nice talking to you, and getting to learn a little bit more about you and the city.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.